Hello everybody, this is Gregory with How I Lost Over 100 Pounds and I've kept it off for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and in your weight maintenance. Today we're going to continue the Reflections of a Weight Loss Warrior series and talk about how did I work out when traveling. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my website, which has tons of recipes, my books, and my podcast. And if you appreciate my content, please make a donation via the PayPal link. All right, so we are around, in terms chronologically, around 2010. But I want to do an episode, and because I think maybe some people ask this, like, what about when you're traveling? Do you work out? And I talk about, and I think it's the first video here, the number one thing you must do to lose weight and maintain it is the paradigm shift. And what do I mean by the paradigm shift? Vis-a-vis working out, beforehand was like, I don't like working out, or maybe I don't want to do working out. And when you change the paradigm, it's like, yeah, I'm pretty much working out every day. There's no excuses. And so when traveling, there should be no excuses. So I've been blessed to have seen much of the United States. I've been to every state of the United States by the time I was 27. As you guys know, I have a couple episodes when I lived in Alaska. I visited Hawaii with my ex-wife when we lived in Alaska. And the rest of the states I either saw when driving through the country with my father and family trips, or I knocked them out on my own with some friends. I would just convince them during summer break or winter break and just be like, hey, let's go to Seattle. Cool. And we would just jump in a car and go. I've also been blessed to have been to Europe 5 times. I've been to Japan, I've been to Africa, and I've been to Canada, 7 times. And this is all, most of this is aside from the childhood trips, most of this is post-weight loss. So what did I do during these trips? For example, I lived in Spain back in 1995 in San Sebastian, Spain. And I was there the entire summer. So this is 4 years post-weight loss. So clearly I want to find a way to work out. And luckily over there, the town's very gorgeous. It's on the bay, it's on the ocean. So every day I would run on the boardwalk. And it was just a great place to run. And I would do this great tour like around the bay and then around the mountain and come back around. It was just a beautiful thing, and I did it every day. I did everything. When I would travel to Seattle or Vancouver, or when I would travel down to Mexico to go to one of the all-inclusive resorts, I would run. I would run on those trips. I remember going to Quebec City. This is pretty recent, 2019 or 2020. I went back-to-back years up there to the maritime provinces of Canada. And I remember running on the Quebec shoreline of the St. Lawrence River. Quebec City is a beautiful town, and it's on a bluff. And I just remember running on the opposite side of it. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Other trips through Europe, I didn't run because this is the way I look at it. Is, one of the reasons the Europeans are not overweight, and it's changing because their diet is being essentially vitiated by our diet, is they walk a lot. So when I would do my trips with whoever, I did a trip with my father and my mother, a couple of years before he died, and my ex-wife. I did a couple of trips with my ex-wife, my ex-fiance, and we're walking a lot. So it's not like every day I have to run, because if I'm pulling the backpacking a la the 1990s, where I'm in Barcelona one day, overnight train it to wherever, Munich, for the next day, and then overnight it the next day. I'm not going to run because I have to shower and all these things, but I'm walking so many miles. I was recently in Chicago not that long ago, and I was walking 25,000 steps. So, just by not taking Uber and just walking a lot, especially if you're centrally located, you can essentially walk your way to fitness. Plus, I'm fasting every day, which always helps too. So, in closing, what I'm telling you is, like, if you're traveling, kind of look at what you're doing. Like, if I'm going to the beach, I'm going to be lifting weights, doing push-ups if there's no machines over there, but doing push-ups and running like I did in Mexico. Like, if I'm in a sedentary vacation, that's what I'm doing. If I am in a vacation where I'm moving a lot and walking a lot, then I might not run because I know I'm going to be walking a lot. But if you know you're going to be somewhere for an indefinite amount of time, let's say like on a summer abroad or 2 weeks at blah, 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 you definitely have to incorporate your exercise because, again, it's a paradigm change. If you want to truly lose weight and keep it off, you must change the paradigm, which means eating well pretty much every day, sleeping well pretty much. Like it's like being like Tom Brady. Just eat well, sleep well, and yes, move the body, shock the body. Guys, post in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. How did you work out when you were traveling? Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.